Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Conscious Champagne Chat number 20. Let me know when you're here. Leave me a heart. I'm all in singing mood today. I hope you guys are well. When you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and leave us a comment. So today, I want to share. Hey, Catherine, so good to see you. I'm always happy when somebody catches me live here because I know I tend to hop on here very spontaneous and not being committed to one dedicated hour. But that's, the freedom I like to have as a mom because my kids don't go to bed like on straight. So always happy to see you here when you guys are hopping on. So today I want to share something with you. A very particular word, actually, if not two, that was very eye-opening to me when hey, Rita, so good to see you live here. When I started on this, when I had my breaking point, so to speak, in my life as a stressed out working mom, I started reading personal development books. And one of the things I remember early on was really helping me understand what kind of language I am using. And I didn't quite buy into that at the beginning. I didn't quite get it, but let me explain. And so there's a very particular word, in fact, two, but I'm going to focus on one really today, that when we use that, yay, a beer-baited life. I know, I'm so happy. When we use that word, we actually disempower ourselves a lot. And we literally inflict a lot of stress. And so I want you to really just get rid of that word and not use it anymore. And so the word that I'm talking about is we are shoulding ourselves all the time, my friends, right? Because if you think about it, we've grown up to be, to believe that we have all these obligations. We are responsible for all these things. And I totally get it. There are quite a few things that we should do. Like, we should pay taxes, right? We need to feed our kids. I mean, those are just things, yes, we have to do them. We should do them. But there's actually not that many. And because we tend to feel obligated to do like all these things and we feel responsible for all the things around us, we need what is happening in our external world to actually validate our inner worth because we never learned how to do that for ourselves. And so, like it or not, and people don't like me to hear this, but the truth is, we've actually created that chaos for ourselves. We've literally put ourselves into that position of being responsible and being obligated for everybody. And so when I started paying attention to the word should, and then the other word is really have to, I really want you to just check in with yourself and see how often do you tell yourself, I should do this, I should do that, I should have done this yesterday, or I should go and do this and this. And how often do you say, I have to? And here is the thing. The problem with these words is they trigger a feeling inside of you. And so let me give you an example. And I'm going to read you the same sentence 4 times. And after every time I read the sentence, I'm going to take a couple of seconds of break, and I want you to just check in with yourself and see how you feel. So here comes the first sentence. I should cook dinner now. Check in and see how you feel. And when we say, I should cook dinner now for my kids or whoever, my family, using should in that sentence very often, and let me know in the chat if you're here, what kind of feeling it inflicts, what kind of feeling it brings up. Very often, it is this feeling of guilt. I should do this, but I really don't feel like doing it. But I have to, it's my role. There's nobody else who can do it if I don't do it. there's a whole cascade of guilt and shame that is coming up when we use the word should. Now I'm going to say the same sentence using a different word. And I want you to check in and see how do you feel about that. I would like to cook dinner. What does that bring up? I would like. I feel like, why haven't I done that before? Yeah, it instills a lot of guilt. You should have been better. When I say I would like to cook dinner, it brings up joy. It brings up enthusiasm. And it doesn't even matter in that moment, guys, whether it is something you like to do or not. This is literally how you can manipulate yourself, your human, to tune in into a better feeling and feel better about the task that you have to do. And then it doesn't stress you out that much. So if we say, if we just simply replace I should with, for example, I would like to, it's like, ooh, I'm getting like excited. Like I really want to go and I really want to do this. And by the way, that's also how we influence our kids. If we show them how annoying chores are to do every day, why the heck should they do it? If we don't like to do it, why should they do it? Right? Yes, it is an obligation and we have to do them. But we can change the perspective and how we look at it. So saying I would like to cook dinner feels much lighter. It's not so much heaviness, right? And you got to do the thing anyway. So you might as well just feel good about it. Now let me give you another thought. I could cook dinner. What feeling does that bring up? When we say I could, yeah, I want to is even better. Yes, I agree. I would like to or I want to. They're very powerful words, right? When we say I could, it opens up a room for potentiality, basically. It's like, maybe I want to, but so it's still better than should. And maybe not quite as enthusiastic as would, but it still works. So pick the one you like. Is it would or want or could? Same sentence. What do you feel when I say, I have to cook dinner? I have to triggers, like, trying to think how to explain it. I have to, it's like, you have no choice. It's very fixed mindset. You have zero choice. It's blocking yourself. And we say, I have to all day long, my friends, all day long. And also like to our kids, you have to go and do this. You have to go and do that. You should do this. You should do that. It doesn't feel good. And what we do all day long is we constantly trigger guilt. We constantly trigger I am the not good enoughness. We constantly trigger our stress button all day long. So even though you have to cook every day, you could literally just switch to saying, I want to cook. I want to cook. Just try it out. Try it out. Because your have-tos are going to feel so much better. Now, let me give you another example. We also use this with other people, which is, for example, if you say to your friend, or let's say you talk to your husband, you really should have called your mom. What are we instilling in the other person? We're basically telling the other person, you didn't do a good enough job. You screwed up. Again, we push the guilt button. And what do you think? How do you think that person is going to reply? They're going to feel annoyed. They're going to be angry. And before you even know it, you are already in an argument. So, did you get what you want? Which maybe in that case was just kind of saying, hey, I think it would be really nice if you call your mom. But if we say it in using should, we are saying it out of our own guilt, instilling guilt in the other person, but actually never influencing the other person to get to do them what they want to do. Whereas if you go and say, hey, what do you think if you could have called your mom? Again, that's more like it's more open. It gives room for possibilities, and it gives him or the other person you're saying it to the choice. And it doesn't feel like a judgment. Or even better, it's like, hey, would you have liked to call your mom? Which rolls the ball in the other person's camp and gives them a choice to tell you how they see it from their perspective. So, bottom line, watch yourself when you use the word should and when you use the word have to, and just replace them. Play a game in your mind. It's not easy. I still do it, my friends. I still do it, but I've become way more aware. And when I notice myself and I say, like even when I say, no, I have to go and do laundry, which is not the truth. You really don't have to go and do laundry. I say, I want to go and do laundry. I really want to go and do. And I, even just using that language when you want your kids to do chores works wonders. Okay? So have fun using that and exploring that. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about leading your family versus managing your family. All right? So I will be seeing you back here tomorrow. Bye.